If you're broke, watch this. Elon Musk will wake you up. Before we begin, if you're feeling stuck in life, overwhelmed by bills, or like you're chasing something you'll never catch, stop scrolling. This isn't just another motivational video. This is the wake-up call you didn't know you needed. Elon Musk didn't start rich. He was broke, sleeping on couches, eating cheap food, but he didn't stay there. In the next 2 hours, we're going to unpack why and how you can break free too. So hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below telling us where you're watching from, and tap like if you're ready to change your life. Let's begin. There's a dangerous illusion that has taken root in society. A belief that if we just follow the path laid out for us, we'll be fine. Go to school, get a degree, work hard, retire happy. But for millions, that plan is already broken. Inflation eats away your savings, degrees no longer guarantee jobs, and working hard feels like sinking in quicksand. You look around and wonder, why am I still struggling? Elon Musk, once broke himself, calls this the trap of perceived stability. It's the silent killer of dreams, and it thrives in comfort zones. Most people stay broke not because they're lazy, but because they've been lulled into believing that doing what's expected is enough. Musk refused to believe that. He saw that the world rewards disruption, not compliance. As a young immigrant in Canada, Elon lived with uncertainty. He worked physically demanding jobs, cleaned boilers, and survived on minimal pay. But every night, he immersed himself in books, physics, coding, engineering. Why? Because while others were sleeping on the illusion of comfort, he was preparing for a different reality. His hunger wasn't just to survive, it was to redefine the rules. This isn't just about ambition, it's about rewiring your mind. People who remain broke often wait for permission to dream, to act, to break free. Elon didn't wait for permission, he gave it to himself. And so must you. The moment you realize that the normal way is failing you is the moment your true journey begins. Now let's be clear. Being broke isn't just financial. It's a mindset. It's waking up without purpose, living someone else's script, waiting for weekends and dreading Mondays. It's the quiet voice in your head that says, "This is just how life is." But Elon Musk never accepted that voice. He challenged it. And what he discovered is something every person must confront. Comfort is the enemy of growth. If you're comfortable, you're not changing. If you're not changing, you're stuck. And if you're stuck, you're heading nowhere fast. That's why this video matters. It's not about Elon Musk, the billionaire. It's about Elon Musk, the rule breaker, the challenger, the guy who was once where you are right now and chose to rise. It's easy to admire Elon Musk today. The billionaire, the innovator, the man who launched a car into space. But that image often overshadows the brutal reality of his beginnings. Elon didn't grow up in luxury. After moving to Canada with barely enough money to survive, he lived a life many would consider desperate. He took on grueling jobs like cleaning out toxic boilers for 18 hours an hour, wearing a hazmat suit and risking his health just to make rent. He was alone in a foreign country, cut off from family support, battling isolation, poverty, and self-doubt. This wasn't some startup fairy tale, it was raw, relentless hardship. And yet those were the very days that shaped the mind behind SpaceX and Tesla. Imagine waking up with no certainty about your future, only the stubborn belief that you're meant for more. That was Musk's daily reality. He wasn't networking with millionaires or studying business theory in a fancy university. Instead, he was teaching himself how to code at night and selling simple software just to stay afloat. His first major move came when he created Zip2, a company that provided maps and business directories for newspapers. He slept in the office and showered at the YMCA. Every dollar counted, every setback hurt, every moment was a choice. Quit and go back to normal or push further into the unknown. He chose the unknown. That choice, again and again, separated him from everyone else stuck in survival mode. These early struggles aren't just anecdotes, they're a blueprint. Musk's life at that stage mirrored what many people experience daily: the fear of not making it, the anxiety of not being good enough, the pressure to conform. But he leaned into the chaos. He used pain as fuel. He didn't wait for the perfect moment. He acted within the mess. Most people wait until they have more time, save a little more money, or feel ready. But Musk proves that readiness is a myth. The people who move mountains are those who act while they're still scared, still broke, still uncertain. It's not about having resources, it's about becoming resourceful. And when you realize that, your limitations start to look like stepping stones instead of walls. In a world obsessed with status and surface-level success, Elon Musk tore the script apart. He didn't chase titles. He didn't aim to be comfortable. What he pursued was impact. While most of his peers were celebrating small financial wins or trying to climb corporate ladders, Musk was obsessing over how to colonize Mars, build electric cars that people actually wanted, and make humanity multiplanetary. These weren't typical goals, and that's the point. To escape the cycle of being broke, both financially and spiritually, you have to stop playing someone else's game. Musk redefined success on his terms, and that scared people. But it also changed the world. One of the most striking things about Elon is how little he cares about conventional validation. He's not driven by luxury, he's driven by possibility. In fact, he sold all of his houses, lives in a tiny modular home near SpaceX, and reinvests almost everything into his companies. Think about that. While most people equate wealth with bigger homes, fancier vacations, and designer clothes, Musk associates wealth with progress. He once said, "I'd rather be useful than rich." That mindset is rare. And it's precisely why he's where he is. For Elon, the real value of money is in its ability to build, to create, to solve. If you're broke, that's the mindset you must adopt. Stop thinking of money as a goal and start seeing it as a tool. This radical shift in thinking separates dreamers from doers. Musk didn't wait for people to approve his dreams. He pushed them forward even when mocked or misunderstood. He was laughed at for starting Tesla. They told him electric cars were a joke. They said reusable rockets were impossible. They said no one would ever trust a company like SpaceX over NASA. And now, those same critics study him. He didn't follow the script. He rewrote it. That's your challenge too. If you're stuck in a routine, tired of the same results, ask yourself, are you following a life you designed or one that was handed to you? Elon's story isn't about genius. It's about guts. He dared to imagine differently, and he backed it with relentless action. So can you. There's a fine line between obsession and purpose, and Elon Musk walks it with precision. Most people are told to seek balance, to not work too hard, to relax a little. But that advice rarely produces greatness. Musk is not balanced in the traditional sense. He's driven, consumed, relentless, and that's not by accident. His passion for engineering, space, and the future doesn't clock out at 5 p.m. It becomes his oxygen. When asked why he works 80, 100 hours a week, he doesn't brag. He simply says, if other people are putting in 40 and you're putting in 100, you'll achieve in 4 months what they do in a year. That math doesn't lie, but it requires obsession, a fire so intense it scares off mediocrity. Elon's passion wasn't always understood. In fact, it often alienated him. As a child, he was bullied. As a teenager, he was quiet, awkward, often lost in thought. His mind was always chasing ideas others found ridiculous or too complex. But here's the truth. Most people never realize those very oddities became his edge. What the world saw as flaws were actually signs of his deeper calling. He wasn't meant to fit in. He was meant to build things the world had never seen. If you feel like you don't fit, that your interests are too strange, your dreams too big, good. That might be your hidden genius waiting to break through. Obsession, when guided by purpose, becomes a superpower. People often say, follow your passion. But Musk didn't just follow his. He hunted it down, dissected it, lived it. When he became fascinated by space, he read every textbook, studied every failed rocket launch, and taught himself aerospace engineering. Not because he had to, because he couldn't not. That's obsession. And in that obsession, he found purpose. Most people dabble. They try something for a few weeks and give up when it's hard. But passion isn't what feels good. It's what you're willing to suffer for. Elon's life is proof. The late nights, the ridicule, the failures, they were fuel. If you want to rise from being broke, you must stop asking what's easy and start asking what sets your soul on fire. And then, chase it until the world has no choice but to notice. Failure. The very word sends chills down most people's spines. In school, failure is punished. In the workplace, it's avoided at all costs. In life, it's feared. But for Elon Musk, failure is not the enemy. It's the greatest teacher. And he's failed big. Repeatedly, rockets exploded. Tesla nearly went bankrupt. The world mocked him when he said he would land boosters vertically. In 2008, during the financial crisis, both Tesla and SpaceX were hanging by a thread. Elon had to decide which company to save. He split his remaining money between the two, knowing full well both might collapse. That's not reckless. That's conviction. Most would have backed down. Musk doubled down, and history rewarded his courage. But those moments of collapse weren't glamorous. They were dark, lonely, soul-crushing. After the third failed launch of SpaceX's Falcon 1 rocket, critics were already writing obituaries for the company. Elon was nearly out of funds and his reputation was hanging by a thread. But he didn't fold. He regrouped, reassessed, and went back to work. The fourth launch succeeded, and with it, NASA awarded SpaceX a critical contract that changed everything. It's tempting to look at successful people and only see the highlight reel. But if you rewind the tape, you'll find pain, heartbreak, betrayal, and devastation. Musk doesn't hide his failures, he owns them. And that transparency is what makes his journey so relatable and powerful. Here's what Elon understood early on. If you're not failing, you're not innovating. Playing it safe might protect you from short-term pain, but it guarantees long-term mediocrity. The companies that thrive, the people who rise, the lives that matter, they all embrace failure as part of the process. Musk doesn't ask, how can I avoid failing? He asks, how can I fail smarter, faster, and learn more each time? That shift in mindset is everything. You might be broke today. You might have failed yesterday. But what you do after the fall defines who you become. The road to success isn't paved with perfection. It's paved with resilience. And Elon Musk didn't walk that road. He crawled through it, bleeding and bruised, but never backing down. That's how you win. In today's world, distractions are endless. Our social media pings, news overload, opinions flooding from every direction. It's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Yet Elon Musk has mastered the art of relentless focus, a skill that has propelled him from near bankruptcy to the pinnacle of innovation. His ability to tune out noise and doubt isn't just a talent, it's a necessity. Musk prioritizes what drives progress and cuts everything else away. He once said, "Focus is about saying no." For someone juggling Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and the Boring Company, that's more than wisdom. It's survival. Imagine working 100 hours a week while the world criticizes your every move, your failures are public, and your vision is constantly questioned. Most people would crumble under that pressure. But Musk channels doubt into fuel. He doesn't react emotionally to negativity. He assesses what's useful, then discards the rest. This mental discipline is what separates him from those stuck in indecision. When you're broke, it's easy to let self-doubt grow and distract you. But Musk's example teaches us that focus is the antidote. Focus isn't just about productivity. It's about protecting your dream from the chaos that wants to drown. Even more inspiring is Musk's capacity to obsess over the details without losing sight of the big picture. He's famously involved in the engineering minutiae of rocket design, yet his vision stretches to colonizing Mars and transforming energy consumption worldwide. That duality, micro and macro, requires a clarity of mind few possess. If you're struggling financially, ask yourself, where is your focus right now? Are you dispersing energy across distractions, or are you sharpening it on what moves the needle? The choice is yours. Elon's relentless focus wasn't accidental. It was forged in the furnace of challenge, desperation, and a refusal to settle. And it's available to anyone willing to cultivate it. Elon Musk's journey teaches one vital lesson. There is no single easy path to success. Unlike traditional stories of climbing a corporate ladder or following a stable career, Musk carved out a trail where none existed. His entrepreneurial spirit is rooted in experimentation, risk-taking, and bold vision. He didn't just create companies, he redefined entire industries. Tesla didn't invent electric cars, but it made them desirable and mainstream. SpaceX wasn't the first private space company, but it revolutionized rocket technology with reusable boosters. These weren't incremental improvements. They were leaps into uncharted territory, born from the courage to reject the status quo. When you're broke, it's tempting to wait for the right opportunity or the perfect idea. Musk's story demolishes that myth. He launched ventures with imperfect knowledge, limited resources, and no guarantees. He relied on intuition, hard work, and relentless learning. Each failure taught him something new. Every setback sparked innovation. Musk's entrepreneurial mindset is not about being fearless, but about moving forward despite fear. He models a mindset of learning by doing, not paralysis by analysis. For anyone stuck financially, this is crucial. Don't wait to feel ready. Start small, learn fast, adapt. Your path will evolve as you grow. Another key to Musk's success is his ability to surround himself with exceptional talent and build teams that share his vision. He understands that no one achieves greatness alone. Behind every breakthrough at Tesla or SpaceX is a tribe of people fueled by purpose, dedication, and collaboration. That's why building relationships and finding your allies matters. Even if you feel isolated now, remember that community can be found and built. The road from broke to breakthrough isn't solitary. It's a journey supported by mentors, partners, and believers who help carry the weight when your own shoulders feel heavy. Musk's story reminds us that entrepreneurship is not a solo act but a symphony. At the end of the day, Elon Musk's story isn't just about rockets, electric cars, or billion-dollar companies. It's about the human spirit's capacity to rise from nothing and build something extraordinary. If you're broke right now, feeling stuck in a cycle of frustration and defeat, Musk's journey offers a roadmap, not a shortcut, but a way forward. It teaches us that being broke is not a dead end. It's a beginning. A harsh, unforgiving beginning, yes, but one that can forge resilience, sharpen focus, and awaken dormant dreams. Musk didn't wake up one day rich. He woke up countless days ready to fight, ready to learn, ready to evolve. That's the awakening you need, what separates those who remain stuck from those who break free is mindset and action. Musk's life shows that success is not reserved for the privileged or the gifted. It belongs to the relentless, the patient, the willing to fail and try again. It belongs to those who understand that every setback is a setup for a comeback. So, look at your current state not as a prison, but as a launching pad. Harness the pain, the scarcity, the doubt. They are fuel. Ask yourself, What small step can I take today that my future self will thank me for? Because the journey ahead won't be easy. It will test your limits, challenge your beliefs, and stretch your endurance. But like Musk, if you keep moving, keep building, keep believing, you will reach heights you never imagined. Finally, remember you don't have to do this alone. This video is a community, a place where we learn, grow, and rise together. If you feel inspired, hit that like button, subscribe for more content that fuels your transformation, and share your thoughts below. What part of Musk's journey resonated with you? What's your next bold move? Your comeback story is waiting. It starts with a single choice: to wake up, stand up, and move forward. Elon Musk's journey isn't just his. It's a beacon lighting the way for all who dare to dream, big even when broke.